The second birth, the religion of Sumer and Akkad, and the three religions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. The truth is that any person acquainted with the Torah, the Gospel, and the Quran, and what the Sumerian clay tablets contained, would certainly judge with one of two inevitable conclusions. The first is that the religion was made by the Sumerian man, and that the Torah, Gospel, and Quran are only a rumination of the Sumerian religion, the creation of the first man Adam, the story of Abel and Cain, the story of the flood, sin, the afterlife, heaven, hell, etc. The second conclusion is that the Sumerian religion is the religion of Adam and Noah itself, but it was related and written in a distorted manner and believed in by the Sumerians and Akkadians, Babylonians and Assyrians, in its distorted form. And this is what I wish to clarify by showing that the Sumerian stories are only events from the unseen that Adam brought to earth, and they are the stories of the righteous ones from his children, peace be upon them, and what would happen to them, especially the ones who represent important landmarks on the path of religion, such as Dumuzi, the faithful son, or Gilgamesh. The great similarity between what is written in the Torah and in the Sumerian tablets was noted by Dr. Samuel Kramer, and he decided to include chapters in his books that clarified the similarity between the Sumerian clay tablet and the Torah. And as an example, Chapter 19, Paradise, the first biblical parallels, from the book History Begins at Sumer, and The Sacred Marriage and the Song of Solomon, from the book The Sacred Marriage Rite, Aspects of Faith, Myth, and Ritual in Ancient Sumer by Dr. Samuel Kramer. And the Sumerians knew and practiced detailed matters in the divine religion, such as believing in visions and that visions are the words of Allah, and believing in signs and believing that Allah can talk to a person in everything he experiences. And in the book Legends of Babylon, Charles Virelode says, "We now know that mankind was created to serve the gods. And that the gods would punish them for the slightest mistakes. Therefore they must obey the wishes of the sky accurately and must do as they say. How else would they preserve this harmony and avoid the wrath of the gods? And if they saw dreams of the gods inspiring to them what they wish, how would they interpret them in a way that satisfied the gods? That is, if there were dreams. What if there weren't any dreams?" The answer is that they would resort to omens and natural indicators as they would guide them to the truth. Therefore, absolute attention must be given not only to the changes of the moon, but to the shape of the clouds, as every movement of what crawls in the grass and even the planets in the galaxy gives an indication of the wills of the gods, whether good or bad. And here is where art or science would stand out and distinguish whether the will was good or bad. And the magicians must interfere, either to hasten good luck or to push away the hostile force that threatened life, and not the life of the individuals or the people, rather the life of the king in whose control was the destiny of the entire nation. And this king, to whom the gods gave knowledge, was, as previously mentioned, the seventh from the antediluvian state. So according to the hereditary order, he matches Enoch or Idris, who occupies the seventh rank from the lineage of Adam, the chain of the patriarchs before the flood. And it is remarkable that there is nothing in common between the names, although their acts are exactly the same. And as a matter of fact, the biblical text concerning the seventh patriarch, Enoch, is very brief. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Genesis chapter 5, verse 24. And Enoch became the hero of a chain of legends that made him the inventor of writing and the author of the first book, and the creator of the science of planets and stars, astronomy and aeronomy. And he seems to be Evodorankai. And we can safely assume that this legend of the Jews is nothing but a development or expansion of the old Chaldean legend. And the rest of the kings and patriarchs, the 6 ancestors of Enoch and their 3 vicegerents, have qualities in common. And the only character concerning us is the 10th character that lived through the flood. And the stories of the Sumerians speak clearly, as do the other divine religions, about the afterlife, and that the good and righteous people enter heaven, whereas the evil ones enter hellfire. Those people were certain that they will live after death but in darkness and will have no reward, unless they take the good path in this world, meaning through righteousness, such as what happened to Aum Napishti, meaning Noah, peace be upon him, or by applying the law to the people like Hammurabi did.